Jets watch.
We back, baby.
Claw is back with a segment. Jets win. Jets win the Thursday night matchup with the Houston Texans 21-13. Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdowns. The Jets stifled the Texans in the second half. They look good. Hassan Reddick was a disruptor. But take us through that game. Obviously, there's ebbs and flows of emotion, how it started and then how it finished.
I mean, it's like, I was able to watch a Jets game the week before with super intern over here.
Yeah.
Popped out on me, took a break out of his gambling schedule, found me in the cave I was in. And, he sat there, he watched, and I showed him the roller coaster that is a Jets game, right? You start off with hopes. You start off with everything being cool. We're looking good. Okay, we have hope. All right, nightmare. Wait, we're coming back up. Things are getting better. We got to stop. Da fucking nightmare. Everything's going great. Everything's cool. Nightmare. And then you just die unhappy because at the end of the day, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, we had it won. Oh, yeah, that's right. We lost. And that's always the common line. So I'm watching this game yesterday and everything, feels good. Usual. Like, it's the Jets game, anybody that know who is a Jets fan, it's the first series, we get the ball 3 and out. It's always 3 and out. We never just go out there and just fucking get a first down, 3 and out. Then the defense comes out. Defense gets appalled a little bit. Might do a little something, stop them, penalty, give them a first down. Then on the next one, we get the ball back. Then we actually do a little bit something on that one. And it's a whole process. We actually start working the ball around. They do a trickery play, which we haven't seen all season. Nice little end around back to Malachi, Curly back to this. Boom, touchdown. What happens? He fucking drops the ball before he gets in the end zone. Open, nobody next to him. How would that happen? Oh, wait, what? You're a Jets fan. It's just what you expect.
I couldn't believe it because I was like, everybody was calling me like, bro, did you see what the Jets did? I said, what do you mean what they did? Did they score? Yeah, they scored, but they didn't score. I said, what do you mean they scored, but they didn't score? So I seen the play, and this poor kid gets the end around, is out, right? Has a great run, and drops the damn football before he actually crosses the end zone. Like, how dumb do you gotta be? That's one of those things that if he wasn't a rookie, they cut him. Yeah. But the fact that he is a rookie, he'll get another chance.
And there's space on the depth chart because I think Lazard's out 4 games. I don't know if anybody else has heard, but realistically, we'll see what happens. I mean, he's had a bad camp. He had a bad preseason. There's a lot of promise, but
some kids are not like ready made for the league right away. They gotta sit for a little bit.
So year 2 guy, year 3 guy. Yeah. So, but after that, you sit there and say, man, you ready to do the Jets thing? Is like take your hat, bunch it up, throw the shit on the floor, pick it back up,
right,
and then throw it again, and then you're ready to go. Come back out to have it, and start moving in a different direction. Beautiful catch, Garrett Wilson. There's something to see. OBJ catch style, even a little bit better.
That was a catch of the century to me.
You said it.
I can't find a better catch that's better than that.
No, it's a lot. I watched it all day today.
The degree of difficulty for that catch, because mind you, it's over his right shoulder. He's not stopped. He's going to the ball. He has to grab that with one hand, secure the ball, make sure he secures it going down to the floor and gets a shin down in bounds to be able to get that touchdown. Like, even the refs were just like, yeah, he got to be out. He's like, yeah, he's out. He's out.
That type of work, that type of dedication only shows you that kid is going to be a problem. And this is the thing I told people. I said, once you get Devontae, you can't guard both of them. There's no, I don't even think that many teams have that much depth chart as far as in a cornerback safety position to guard that style caliber. Your top guy has to go on one of them.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, last year when you had to guard the Miami Dolphins. Mm-hmm. That was difficult. Mm-hmm. When you got both of those guys playing at a high level.
And one of them, no one can keep up with.
That's what I'm saying.
He's burning everybody. Yeah. Throw it over the top. So, outside of that, and then granted, Brees had a few glimpses, and it just started clicking towards the end. I do say that the defense front line is looking more powerful than ever. I mean, Reddick, hey, listen, it was worth the wait. It's the type of pressure that we weren't getting before. I feel like the secondary, once it gets to the middle and the secondary, the plays just fucking fall apart for us as far as defensively.
Right.
Secondary looks kind of weak. But I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The Super Bowl, I've already seen the Super Bowl for the Jets for me personally, was with getting Devontae Adams. That was a pipe dream. And years ago, we used to put Madden fantasies and all that shit and Madden franchise leagues. And that shit alone is just something that's just like, damn, bro. I can't even make it up.
Here's a question for you. If the Jets don't turn around their season, but they're not bad enough to be a top 3 draft team.
Uh-huh.
Do you see Aaron Rodgers coming back?
I don't know. I don't see Aaron Rodgers coming back.
So no matter what happens, you think he's done?
I think these past couple games weighed on him. I think the Father Time is weighing on him. The glimpse that you got when he ran, maybe that was the turning point for him, but something just said, you know what, fucking, I'm ready to go. I'm just gonna leave it all out here. I think this is it.
But I don't think I agree with that.
I just tell you. I mean, I'm looking at the facial expressions, like he's just a bothered.
That's him.
I feel you.
That's always been him.
But it looks more shit like that is different when you're older.
Well, I mean, you have choices now.
You allow something to really ruin your day.
I look at it a different way, Claude. I think that people have not given Aaron Rodgers the grace that I think that they should have gave him, because coming off an Achilles injury, having that special surgery that allowed him to be able to recover in half the time or whatever it was, right? You still have to try to get back into game shape. And to be out of football and not playing football for a very long time, especially the quarterback position, that's a hard thing to kind of just step back into. So I think what you're seeing out of Aaron Rodgers, especially over the last 2 weeks, is that he looks a lot more comfortable than he has the entire season, which means that going forward in the next 4 to 5 games, he's going to be more Aaron Rodgers than he's looked the entire season. Because as the season goes on, he's going to keep improving because he's going to be a little bit more healthy.
What do you think their final record is? Your point of view. What do you think it is?
I think if all shakes well, I think they can end up being 10-7. They can run the table and lose one more game.
And what does that mean?
Playoffs.
What seed?
It's probably a 6.
And then what?
Then you make the playoffs and you lose. I don't think that this team is not a Super Bowl team.
Why not?
They're not a Super Bowl team.
Okay.
You don't have the offensive line. Okay. I don't think you have the secondary.
We don't have secondary.
And to put Jeff Ulbrich and Todd Downing in a situation that they haven't been in, I don't know. I don't think I trust them in a playoff situation. Now, can they get there next year if they get another chance at it as a full staff? Yeah. So that's why I don't think that Aaron Rodgers necessarily retires or goes away. I think the fact that they have Devontae Adams now, I think it's one of those things where they're going to look at each other and say, yo, we got to lock in here. Let's lock in. You made your money. Give back some bread to the organization. Let them build up this fucking team, and let's get it. Because at this point, Aaron Rodgers doesn't need to make $50 million. He can literally take a severe pay cut to help this team, get Devontae his money, get Garrett Wilson his money, right? You got to pay. Brees is coming up soon, but they're going to have to make a decision on Brees. He hasn't looked the same.
Nah.
Since he got hurt last year, he hasn't been the same.
I agree.
So there's definitely things that this team can be able to do with the flexibility that they could have if Aaron Rodgers decides to come back and really take shorts. He doesn't necessarily need to pay for the big max. He doesn't. He can do a Tom Brady thing and really help this team produce. Now, so we'll see.
Now, another question I have is for the new, I don't want to say Jets fan.
He's not a Jets fan.
Well, he said he is this season, right?
He's a gambler.
He just said he thinks he's committed. That means a lot from a gambler. It's a sure thing or no?
For this season. Yeah.
All right, we got him. So as a future newer Jets fan, like, what is your take of what you see as, and do you understand what comes with this shit? Because this is kind of your like blood in, blood out.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm catching them at a good time. Maybe we finally get out this rut. I don't know. Maybe I waited out those 13 years where they didn't make the playoffs, and I'm gonna come in and maybe they start winning.
I mean,
And then I can feel like I'm good luck.
I like them. And then this is a him thing.
Yeah, then it's like, I did this.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
But if they got this year, next year, next year I might be going to wherever Lamar Jackson is. I like him.
Lamar Jackson's going. He's not leaving the Ravens.
Yeah,
that's where he goes.
So I'm probably going unless I'm giving the Jets 2 years.
I mean, that's a reasonable amount of time. I mean,
you stuck around.
The Giants lost.
That is a fabrication and propaganda.
Right.
That is.
It was the Jets and the Giants lost that flat out, right?
I mean, look, the silent assassin, she needs to give it up. Like, I don't really understand why she continues to root for a team that has a quarterback that has smaller hands than she does.
When I look at her, like, when she says she's a Giants fan, like, I see that, like, her hair. Yeah. Like, the middle of her hair just goes away, and it's just, like, bald. Yeah. And then she has the George Jeffersons on the side. Yeah. And then that's all I see when she's a Giants fan. I don't see the cool her. I just see this.
Yeah, I see Fran Drescher. That's what I see when she's there. I'm a Giants fan. Yeah. Come on.
I even forgot her last name because I thought her last name was Giants.
Facts. That's all I'm saying. So, I think the Jets, as I said, I laid out the next 5 games. I think they have a chance to go 4-1 in these 5 games. They do. They play the Cardinals next week. You have who else after that? The schedule is very winnable for the Jets. Cardinals, Colts.
I just had it up.
It's not fair.
You guys can go on a run.
It's not fair.
And a week-to-week league, if you guys go ahead and win the next 2 games, everybody's going, hey, Jets looking good.
It's not fair. Like, that's not fair.
What do you mean?
It's not all right.
And y'all solved the problem. Y'all got rid of the fucking kicker.
It's not okay.
You got rid of the problem. He was the problem.
It's not okay.
Matter of fact, his rights should be revoked. Like, they need to fire him and then ban him from the stadium.
He's fucked up. He's Greg the
He can't even get a Metro card in New York. That's how it should be. No Metro cards for you.
How do you have home field kicking advantage and fuck up
and can't make a chip shot? No. We're not even talking about 50-yard field goals.
We're talking about 40 pieces.
Chip shots, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
3 games. Think about it. The difference between being 3-6 and 6-3 is your kicker.
That's real. Vikings.
Right?
Steelers. Bills.
You guys have had a very tough schedule. And if y'all had the inverse of a schedule and not really playing that well, you can really say, yo, this team is going to be, but think about it. Had you been 6-3, Salah probably would have still been here. Maybe not. Because you heard the reports, right?
About him going to...
Boy, was I right. I love being right.
He's going to Green Bay?
No, I don't care about none of that. I love being right. That's all I'm saying. That's my segue. Let me land the plane. I was right. When I came in here and said the reason why he got fired was because Woody Johnson said, oh, nah, you ain't with this. You got to go. He didn't want Devontae. That was his thing. He did not want Devontae Adams on the team because for whatever it was, it might have been a power struggle between him and Aaron. Obviously, they've come out public and say, hey, we cool, bro. But as a head coach, you don't want to lose leverage to the quarterback, and now you don't have any say because you end up being Mike McCarthy at the end of the day, right? You have no say in what's going on. So I think he was really trying to angle Devontae not getting here, and Woody Johnson was like, oh, nah, you don't want him? Okay, cool. Thank you. Then called him like 2 hours later. You got to go. You got to go because remember, after he got fired, shortly after that, Devontae was in New York. Shortly after that. So, and then they just dropped the report and said, yeah, that's kind of accurate. So, I knew it. I had a little source and a little birdie that told me that was going down. So, I was right. That's right.
Think you're so cool, huh?
I mean, when you're right. You're right.